The Undertaker called it before it happened. Now that Oba Femi's actually done it, beaten Brock Lesnar inside Hell in a Cell, the same man who predicted his win is sending a very different message about what comes after. Welcome back to WrestlingCannva. Let's break down exactly what Undertaker said before SummerSlam, why his prediction came true almost exactly as described, and why some fans think his next words could be a warning rather than a celebration. Ahead of the match, Undertaker went on record with his genuine read on the situation. He admitted he selfishly wanted to see Femi take Lesnar out inside Hell in a Cell, even joking about his own rocky personal history in that structure against Lesnar specifically. He specifically pointed to Femi's incredible aura and momentum, calling him new to the scene with real energy behind him from the fans, the kind of thing a legend doesn't say lightly about somebody still building their name. That prediction came true almost exactly as described. Femi survived multiple F5s, kicked out of a tombstone piledriver delivered directly onto exposed wooden boards, a deliberate tribute to Undertaker's own legendary in-ring history, and finished Lesnar off with a second fall from grace to get the win. It marked Lesnar's first ever loss inside Hell in a Cell, after 2 prior wins over Undertaker himself in that exact structure years earlier. After the bell, Lesnar shocked everyone watching. He took off his elbow pads, shook Femi's hand, hugged him, and raised his arm in victory. Then he grabbed a microphone and told the crowd directly that Femi is the future of WWE, calling himself the past in the same breath. Femi later admitted the gesture genuinely caught him off guard, saying he always sensed deep down that Lesnar respected him, even if he never expected that kind of public endorsement in the moment it actually happened. If you want every update on this story as it develops, tap subscribe. I'm covering it all. Undertaker's entire history in this business gives real weight to the idea of a follow-up message beyond simple praise. He spent decades watching young stars get built up too fast, celebrated for one big win, only to get quietly buried the moment they hit real resistance from the machine around them. If he's already paying this close attention to Femi, publicly predicting his win before it even happened, it wouldn't be surprising at all if he has more to say now that the actual moment has arrived and the spotlight's only getting bigger. Here's where things get genuinely interesting, even though Heyman himself hasn't said a single word about Femi specifically. Heyman's entire career has been defined by loyalty that shifts the moment it stops being useful to him. He stood beside Lesnar for years, through multiple runs and multiple eras, but that loyalty has never once stopped him from pivoting toward whoever's rising fastest at any given moment in the business. With Lesnar publicly passing the torch to Femi on national television, there's a real question worth asking about whether Heyman eventually follows that same instinct and starts circling Femi's career next, the same way he circled every dominant force in wrestling for decades. That's not a random leap. That's simply Heyman being Heyman, and it's a pattern the entire industry has watched play out repeatedly. If Undertaker does have more to say, a warning about Heyman's history would track perfectly with his own decades of experience in this business. He's watched Heyman attach himself to one dominant star after another, always finding an angle, always finding a way to benefit no matter which direction the business shifts. A veteran like Undertaker cautioning Femi to stay guarded, even while genuinely celebrating his win, would be exactly the kind of measured, respectful message his character has consistently delivered to the next generation throughout his entire post-retirement role in WWE. Think about what's actually at stake for Femi right now. He just delivered one of the biggest wins of his young career, got the ultimate endorsement from one of the most dominant competitors in company history, and is being called the next big thing by commentators and legends alike. That kind of momentum is exactly when a young star needs guidance the most, and exactly when somebody like Heyman would see the most value in getting close to him. Now, here's the honest part. Undertaker hasn't actually said anything about Paul Heyman specifically, and there's no confirmation any warning is coming. But given his history of watching out for the next generation, and given how closely he's already been tracking Femi's rise, it's exactly the kind of message that would make sense. Do you think Undertaker eventually speaks up about Femi's future, and specifically about Heyman? Tell me your prediction in the comments. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one.